Alright, Halos, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a quick minute, well, actually quite a while, since I last recorded and uploaded as well, so sorry about that. And I know I'm super late on the patch notes for this patch. This one went live on the 15th of April. I'm recording this on the 26th, so, but yeah, I've just been really busy and just haven't really been able to get any recordings in. Also, I'm kind of under the weather, so forgive me if I sound a little weird or anything like that. But yeah, we've got the 25.8 patch notes here today, and we've got some highlights and stuff right here, obviously, as always. Some skins releasing, as well as I think the Sanizal and Mordekaiser as well, which is pretty cool. When Summoner's Rift Ranked Season 1 will end is going to be the 29th of April, just in a few days from now. Let's see, Ranked Progression will not reset with the start of Season 2, but the Ranked Reward Mission will be refreshed. Okay. Alright. And then first up we have Champions change for Ahri. Armor growth is getting nerfed a little bit from 4.7 to 4.2, not a big deal. I don't think. And then W Fox Fire is getting nerfed on the flat damage, it looks like, especially late, and then buffed by 10% AP scaling as well, so it's a little bit of a trade-off. Basically a little bit worse early, a little bit better late. I wonder how this actually changed her wave clear. Actually, no, I guess it wouldn't too much since it's just her W, but alright, max damage, it actually damages her poke a bit though. Max damage looks like it is down quite a bit, like 40 points, yeah, in flat damage at max rank, but up obviously by what, like, oh, math. Well, it was 48% AP scaling, now it's 64% of AP scaling total, so pretty good for her overall, I would say. Cooldown is getting nerfed by 1 second at each rank though, so yep, 10 to 6 now instead of 9 to 5. And then each arm is up next. You've got the flat damage unchanged, but the AP scaling is actually up by 10%. So pretty nice, actually, buffs, I would say, overall to Ahri. Personally, I think just you're always going to get some items, so that's going to be just kind of better, I would say. Hard to say for sure though, but yeah. Annie's up next. So health growth, apparently she's been really good overall, but they're kind of like nuking her in this patch from what I heard. Okay, so and I don't think they meant to, actually. I think they just meant to change her damage away from her ult a little bit more towards her regular abilities, I think is what the goal was. So yeah, anyway, health growth base stat is 96 now instead of 102, so quite a bit less there, but nothing crazy, I don't think. Disintegrate is getting a plus 5% AP buff to that, and then W Incinerate, let's see, it looks like the flat damage is unchanged at level 1, but it scales up to plus 20 damage at level 5. And then the cooldown is 7 seconds instead of 8, which is actually pretty nice because that one doesn't scale off of cooldown. Like, when you put points into it, it doesn't lower the cooldown, I don't believe, unless I'm crazy. I might be crazy. So that's pretty nice, actually. And then our Summon Tibbers, new passive and bonus magic pen, gives her magic pen 10 at rank 1, 10% at rank 1, 12.5% at rank 2, and 15% at the rank 3, which is pretty nice. And then Flame Aura is getting down by a lot, just overall. It was 20 to 40, 20, 30, and 40, and then plus 12 AP, 12% AP. Now it's 8, 12, and 16, so huge nerf there, and then plus 4% AP, which is also a huge nerf there, 4%. And then Tibber's auto attack damage also getting nerfed here, minus 20 at rank 1, and then at rank 3 it's down by 40%, or 40 flat damage, and then it is down by 5% AP as well, down to 10% from 15 of AP scaling, so just kind of, honestly, kind of big nerfs to Annie. Overall, I would say it's kind of a trade-off, obviously, but I don't know, definitely kind of sucks for her. But yeah, definitely moving some power away from her R and more into her abilities, just a bit at least. Yeah, alright, Blitzcrank up next. Alright, sorry about that. Passive mana barrier, or mana barrier, I guess. Shield was 30% of max mana, now it's 35%. which is pretty nice for him. Not too big, but definitely not tiny. Rocket grab's up next. Looks like the flat damage is getting buffed by +5 flat at rank 1, and then what is that, plus 25 at rank 5, basically, scaling up throughout the ranks. So just extra flat damage on it, nothing too crazy, but definitely nice for him. And then brand ablaze damage per tick to monsters was 15%. Now it's 240%. So that's pretty nice for him. Better in jungle for sure. And then Gwen getting on-hit damage on her E, the little dash, was 12 to 20 flat, and then now it's 8 to 20. So especially early game nerfed on that. That kind of makes sense though, but yeah, definitely kind of sucks for her. Hui is up next. Passive signature of the visionary, looks like it's getting buffed quite a bit actually on the damage. Was 30 to 180 based on level, now it's 35 to 230 based on level, which is actually pretty large increase, especially later. Maybe not as much early, but yeah, his late game getting a lot better there. And then our spiraling despair, explosion damage, rank 1 unchanged, flat damage. Rank 2 it's up by 25, and rank 3 it's up by 50. So nothing crazy, but definitely helps him a bit. Alright, and then Lulu's up next. Health was 595, now it's 565, so down by 30. Definitely a bit of a hit, but nothing super crazy. She is pretty squishy though, so it could matter. Alright, and then Mel's up next. Health, it was 600, now it's 630, so definitely up a little bit here, just a tiny bit tankier. Excuse me. Passive Searing Brilliance damage per stack was 5 to 20 based on level. Now it's 8 to 25, so they're actually buffing the passive, which I think is probably her strongest part. Kind of makes sense though, I think. But alright, oh, it looks like it was previously nerfed, so they're just like bringing it back up a little bit. Okay. Alright, makes sense. Renekton up next. Our Dominus, the damage was 30 to 90 based on rank. Now it's 30 to 120, so pretty nice buff there. Just the flat damage. I think that's the burn in the zone, which isn't super crazy, but definitely nice. Especially late game, that helps him a bit. Alright, Shin up next. Q Twilight Assault. Slow when moving away from Shin was 15 to 35%. Now it's 25 to 45%, so just up by 10% at every rank with the slow. Alright, and then W Spirit's Refuge. Cooldown was 18 to 12 seconds, now it's 16 to 10, so down by 2 basically at every rank. Pretty nice for him. Definitely a frustrating ability to play against, so yeah, pretty nice for him. Singed passive noxious slipstream per target cooldown was 10 seconds, now it's 8, so that's pretty nice for Singed. Nothing super crazy though, I don't think. Soda Q Hymn of Valor bolt damage was 50 to 170, now it's 50 to 190, which is pretty good for him. Or for her, sorry. Definitely nice, especially her main ability, main damaging ability. Definitely helps, especially in lane. Alright, yeah, and then Syndra is up next. The W Force of Will. Slow was 25 to 45%. Now it is just a flat 25%. So nerfing her slow quite a bit on her W. Her E, Scatter the Weak, is getting nerfed here as well. Oh, only in the flat damage though. So it was 75 flat to 235, now it's 60 to 200, so down quite a bit there, but it's now 60% AP scaling instead of 45%, so scales a little better for sure. Quite a bit better actually, I'd say. But yeah, alright. Our Unleashed Power damage per sphere was 100 to 180 plus 70% AP, 17. Now it is 90 to 170, so a little like a 10 flat 10 damage nerf at every rank, but it's also now 20% AP instead of 17, so should give her plenty of power back there, I believe. And that is per sphere, of course. Alright, and then Tristana is up next. Our Buster Shot. What do we have? Damage is getting nerfed by 50 at all ranks, flat. And then everything else is unchanged here. So yeah, just wow. Pretty big nerf to her R. It kind of makes sense, but at the same time, that's pretty decent size. I mean, it's not the end of the world, I guess, but yeah. Alright, Zereth passive mana surge. So cooldown reduction on kill is 3.5 seconds now instead of 2.5 seconds. Oh, cool. Alright, and then Q Arcanopulse? I don't know. I think it's Arcanopulse, but I don't know. Damage was 70 to 230, now it's 75 to 235, so just up flat, 5 flat damage at every rank. Nothing crazy, but definitely ability spams a lot, so I think it's probably decent buff there. Overall, just straight up buffs for him, for sure. Zeri is getting her R Lightning Crash Chain Lightning damage buffed here, so the 25% total AD is now 30% total AD for the Chain Lightning damage. And then Yone is getting his W changed, damage. Let's see, what do we have? Looks like the flat is unchanged. The target max HP is getting changed here, so it was 10 to 14% of target max HP, now it's 8 to 12, so just down by, well, 3 at rank 1%, now it's in 2% at rank 5. Decent size nerf, nothing super crazy, but definitely can definitely matter. He does spam it a decent amount, although it is a slightly long cooldown. Alright, Yorick's up next. So passive Shepherd of Souls monster damage taken is now 100% instead of 60%. Alright, so now that they're kind of reverting that a little bit. And then minion damage taken is unchanged. Alright, and then Morning Mist. What do we have? Damage was oh, okay, they're changing this around. So damage was a flat 70 to 210 plus 100% AP scaling. Now it is 6 to 8% of target max HP plus 3% per 100 AP. So I don't know the exact numbers on that. It feels like a bit of a nerf, but definitely better for like versus tanks maybe. Alright. Maybe better than him to be able to like hit squishies as hard. I guess that was probably the goal. New monster cap damage was 50 to 1, or it is now 50 to 150 based on rank plus 100% AP. And then monster damage cap, sorry. The new lane minion minimum damage is 70 to 210 and plus 100% of AP. Alright, interesting. And then our Eulogy of the Isles new mark only affects champions. Okay, interesting. Alright, Q Battlestar for Zoe is getting damage fall off to secondary targets removed. So, okay. Secondary targets. Beyond the first struck. Oh, okay, I see. So just the entire zone of her Q where it hits will be full damage instead of just the first target that you hit taking full damage and then the secondary target taking less. Okay, that's interesting. That makes sense, I think. Pretty nice for her. Yuumi is up next, especially if you're wave clear. Also, let's see. Yuumi passive feline friendship. The heal was 25 to 110 based on level, and now it's 20 to 110. So just a slight nerf early game, but really nothing big in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Izumi's the shield is getting nerfed here, flat damage as well. So it was 80 to 180, now it's 65 to 165. So down by what, 15 flat at every rank. Definitely decent, but nothing crazy, I don't think. Could be wrong. Alright, that's the last champion change, so now we get into items. Crypt Bloom is up first. Ability Haste was 15, now it is 20. Nice. Pretty good for that. Deadman's Plate had a slow resist of 25%, now it's only 15% of slow resist. So definitely a bit of a nerf to that, especially how fast you can go. Opportunity lethality getting changed. The 15 is now 18 lethality, and then preparation after being out of combat with enemy champions for 8 seconds gain was 11 melee and 7 range lethality. Now it's 11 melee still and then 5 range lethality, so they're just nerfing it for range a little bit more. Okay. But overall, I mean, a buff, I would say, other than range champions slightly. I mean, even for range, that is just better, actually. Alright, okay, Overlord's Blood Mail is up next as the last item changed here. Tyranny was bonus 80 equal to 2% of bonus health, now it's bonus 80 equal to 2.5% of bonus health, so a little bit of buff there. And then Retribution was 0 to 10% based on missing health of bonus 80, and now it is 0 to 12% based on missing health bonus 80. So nice little buffs to Overlord's Blood Mail, but nothing super crazy. Alright, ARAM changes, definitely check those out. Arena changes as well if you are interested in checking those out. Skin updates, so we have the Grand Reckoning Scion, some adjustments, okay, and then some to Talon as well, and then Sanuzal Mordekaiser is out, and then a few bits of polish still on the way that you should see by 25.09, so the next patch, which would be in a few days or so. Alright, and then some other stuff just getting changed. Both bug fixes and quality of life changes, always definitely a good idea to check out. The Blue Essence Emporium is active during this patch, and then it will be turning off during the next patch, so you have a few more days to get that. Definitely check that out, as well as getting your ranked wins in if you haven't already, the 15 I believe it is. And then you get the Victorious Twisted Fate once the year ends or whenever they decide to drop it. And then, yeah, I've got some Fate Maker Nasus's and Fate Breaker Malzahar and Terra. Kind of interesting. I do like the Nasus, well, Nasus as a champion. These skin splashes look pretty nice, actually. But, yeah, I mean, they look pretty good in the game. Then we have some more, looks like, I believe this is chromas, so yeah. Alright, other than that should be it. Thank you guys for watching. A little bit shorter of a video, which is nice for my voice at least. But thank you guys for watching as well as always, and I'll catch you in the next part. Alright, see you there. Peace.